There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my paper pumpkin class for the month. It's actually November, but the card kit is from October. We want to make sure everybody has their kits and can join the class. So I'm Brenda Miller. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Jersey, and we have a few people on to participate and make these cards all together. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to replace the spotlight. There we go. So our kit today is home for the holidays, and I'm so excited. There are just 2 designs, but there are 4 of each, so that will make it very easy for us. We'll probably get through this pretty quickly. And obviously I already opened mine, but I tried to keep things in order. But you'll know if you're just opening your box that we have this fabulous stamp set, and I really love that we have this because this sentiment, celebrate the wonder and joy of this festive season, is great for any inside of any card. So you can use it here, you can use it on anything else you have. Plus, these are very versatile, happy holidays and Merry Christmas in pretty fonts. So this is going to be one of those keepers to be used every year for the holidays. And plus it has a cute little house and some trees and snow and whatever. So anyway, great stamp set, really great. And then let's see, you have your ink spot, real red. You can never go wrong when, always can use another red, real red. Okay, and the other thing that they give us is this glitter glue, and we were talking about it before I started the recording. But this little bottle is so awesome. It's really easy to work with. I think it's a pretty high quality because it doesn't even need to be pierced when you first get it, which means that the whatever is preserving the seal and this nice cap work really well. So it's something good to have. Now, we don't currently sell this, so this is an extra special item. We used to sell it, so some of us were saying maybe we'll carry it again if it's popular, but it's really great, obviously, for holiday cards, winter themed cards. So let's go ahead and look in our package. So you have a whole bunch of dimensionals. Yay, always want those. And then we have some die cuts. So we're going to take out one of each, and we're going to make our 2 piles, right? One for card 1 and one for card 2. So you'll see there are 3 different die cuts. Even though there are 2 designs of cards, there are 3 different die cuts. So the first one, which has a house and then a littler blue house, that goes, let's put it with card number 2. And you can put the rest away. Then this one just has 1 house, and this also goes with card number 2. And then the third set of die cuts has the 4 houses, and that goes with card number 1. Okay, so all the die cuts are done, and then you have your envelopes, which we're not going to use tonight, but look at the back. Isn't that nice? It's always nice to have an envelope with a fun backing. Now, of course, we could always make that, but I know I never do. I don't know if any of you girls do, but it's very simple to take designer series paper and glue it on the back, but I never do it. I never want to. I'm too busy hoarding my designer series paper. I don't want to waste it on an envelope, so it's nice when it comes that way. That's just me. That's not necessarily how it's supposed to be. Okay, so next up we have our card bases. So there are 2 different designs, and the one that is horizontal, okay, the horizontal one is card number 1, and the vertical one goes to card number 2. Okay, all right. And then the only other things are our die cuts. So the die cuts with the trees, you're going to take, there are 3 different trees. You've got the one that has 2 trees on 1 die cut. So you need one of those. That goes with card number 1. There's the big tree standalone, and that also goes with card number 1. And then there's a little tree standalone. And that also goes with card number 1. And the rest will be used for your other cards. Oh, and then you have your glue dots, because it was good to have glue dots. Not as many this time. That's okay. Oh my goodness. I probably shouldn't say this, but I was at our 35 for 35 event. Not ours, but the Northeast Jersey one. And one of my demonstrators said to Brian Pilling, who was the person who she was at the table, so he was doing a kit with us, and she said, you know, I'm so happy that every month they give us those white embellishments. I think that's just so useful. And we're all like, what are you talking about? She thought these were embellishments. So we had quite the laugh at her expense.
Oh,
I feel bad,
funny.
but I was like, oh, well, I guess I kind of see how you might think that. But anyway,
That's
they're not.
funny.
They are glue dots. So in case you were wondering. Okay, and then we have our banners. You need one for each card. Okay, so they do give us an extra. Always nice of them. So one of these banners, they're the same size. And they go one on each card. And then the final sheet looks like it's white, but flip it over. It's glitter. Yay! Shiny. So we need one of each of these for each card. So this is like our standard glimmer paper that I don't think we have white in the current catalog right now, but we've, this comes and goes, but I always love it. Anytime you give me glitter, I'm very happy. And that's it. That's all. Those are all the pieces that we need for our cards. So let me just grab my samples and my glue dots so I'm ready. And of course, I'm going to use my big ink pad. And my stamps. I have everything on a little table next to me already prepared, but they're all in the box. So I just had to pull it out. Okay, so let's start with card number 1. And we're just going to fold it and give it a good crease. Use your foam folder or whatever. And then this one only has one die cut, and it's very simple. We're just going to put a bunch of dimensionals on the back. Now they, I think, use like 9 dimensionals, but I'm just going to use about 4 or 5. They're very strong, and I'm not that particular how well they stand up. So I'm going to go with 4 this time. But you use as many as you like. You've got a whole sheet there. Once you have your dimensionals on, it's going to go on the card flush to the bottom. Flush to the bottom of the card. And I just think it's so pretty. I'm definitely sending these out as my own Christmas cards because I'm so busy making other Christmas cards. By the way, Lois, I'm going to have 9 of your packets from the ultimate card class ready for you. And I just have to wait for one. Actually, no, by like Monday, I should have everything ready for you.
All right. I'll wait.
You guys weren't in a hurry, but anyway. So Sheila and Lynn also did the class and they've already had their supplies, but I got so many people to sign up. I had to ask Lois and 2 other demonstrators to hold off and I had to order more supplies, which is such a good problem to have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I finished them all and they're great.
Oh, you'd made them all?
Wow.
Awesome.
Can I bring my set to you?
You were really fast, right?
Yeah, I tried to spread it out because I like doing it. So I just made it last.
Yeah, awesome.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so glad. Wonderful. Okay, so we are ready for the next step. Let's go ahead and stamp our banner. And they used on this card, oh, I didn't show you. This is how it's going to look in the end. So they used the Happy Holidays. I can't see the shimmer, but there's a lot of shimmer on here. So I'm going to use the Happy Holidays again. Always good to have. So note that on your block, you might need to put it on an angle. And happy holidays in red. I just think that it just stamps so beautifully and it's such a nice font. Basic but pretty. Gonna use it a lot. So once we have that, I'm gonna do a bunch of adhering. So the way it's gonna look is they put the big Christmas tree in the middle. They put the 2 on one die on the left and the single one on the right, and they put them on with dimensionals. So you end up with both of these cards are very dimensional. Lots
like
of
that.
dimension. I know, I love it. Even though it's dimensional, it's not really bulky. It's just lots of layers. And I'm just using one dimensional on each tree, each set of trees. I hate covering up any of the houses, but it's got to be done.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, where do I put it?
I know. So this is pretty much where, oops, I guess this one they put, oh, they either block the door or the window over here.
Yep.
They're just so pretty. Oops, move it down here. And imagine if we were coloring this or whatever, I would never do it, right? It's just too much detail on here. Okay. So then we're going to take our strip, our shiny glitter strip, and you can use the glue dots or the regular adhesive. I'm just going to use my Stampin' Up like I always do. And they put that up here in the sky. I do love that it's cut on an angle. I've been doing that a lot lately, you girls know. And when we put our banner on top of it, we're going to use dimensionals for that.
And what did you put down?
With regular adhesive.
With regular?
Yep. So you could use glue or you could use the glue dots that are included.
Oh. And the banner goes on with
Dimensionals, yes, but don't go all the way to the ends. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just put them, I don't go all the way to the ends only because it will go over the ends of the glitter piece, but it really doesn't matter. I don't know why I was saying that. So there we go.
Pretty.
Isn't that so pretty? But we're gonna make it prettier. We're gonna take our glitter glue. And this takes a minute, so you got to be patient, but just open it up, turn it over, and you're going to have to squeeze. Now, when you start off, it takes a minute or two, not a minute, but it takes a few seconds to get it coming out. But once it does, if you continue squeezing, you can easily get a nice thin line. And when it comes to this, less is more. Now it looks like it's 3-dimensional right now. Like when you put it down, it's going to kind of sit on top of the paper. But when it dries, the liquidy part gets soaked in and you're left kind of just with the glitter. So I don't know if you can see that, but you'll see it's going to look different once it's dry. And all they did really was outline the houses. The roofs of the houses, I should say. And then you run into the trees and such, and so you just go around it. It's very forgiving. There's no real right or wrong way to do this. If you want, you can also put it on the trees. I think there's a fair amount of this glitter glue in here too. One thing you might want to do if it, you know, as you're making your other cards, when it gets towards the end, just store it upside down. Just like we do, you know, when I put out my glue, I have a holder for it usually.
It looks like there's a faint blue line on the
Yeah,
roof.
it does.
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
the roofs.
Yeah,
There.
that's what I'm using sort of as my guide as to where
Right.
to.
Exactly. And I think that's what it's intended to do. So,
And it looks great on the trees.
yeah. It's just you want to make sure you have enough to do all your cards. So you might want to go back and do the trees afterwards if you have enough. But anyway, what I was saying is you want to store it upside down as you get towards the end so that it stays near the top of the tip. But yeah, it ends up being a lovely glittery.
So pretty.
I know. It's always good if there's glitter. I actually did do my trees on my first one, and you can kind of barely see it. I can't catch it in the light for you. I'm sorry. I can see it in person.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Yeah. Hold
Oh,
on.
there you go.
Is that better?
It's beautiful.
Yeah, a little
Oh,
bit. I just
little
did.
bit.
I just traced the garland. I figured that was the easiest way for me
Yeah,
to put the glitter.
yeah, you can see it a little.
Yeah, a little bit. Here you can see it on the houses now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But you can see them really well in person.
Yes,
so.
in person. Yeah, you can really see. All right, so just let me know when you're done with your glue on
How
this.
long do you have to leave it to dry?
You know, I would leave it a while. It takes, I remember it depends how thick your line is, but
Mhm.
you know, safely, I would just leave it overnight if you can.
Oh, okay.
Well, I did mine this morning but I didn't look at it again, so I can't tell you how long it took to dry. It's probably just an hour. I'm probably overreacting.
Very nice.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready for the second one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. So card number 2, we're going to fold it in half, give it a nice crease. And I love the way that they did this for us because this is going to have a lot of dimension too. And all we have to do is adhere with dimensionals to the very bottom of the card. So we don't have to worry about where we're placing it. We're always placing it at the very bottom. Okay, so we're matching up the bottom edge and then everything will be in the right places. So again, we're going to put on a bunch of dimensionals, however many you want to use. So now I'm using 4 again. So the first one we'll be putting down is the one with the single house. So that's the one you want to put your dimensionals on first. Once you're ready, the backing. And again, just go right to the bottom edge. And it is exactly where we need it to be. Very fun dimension. And then you'll take the other die cut and it's going to go right on top again using dimensionals. So this is 3 steps. I'm using my edges with my dimensionals just because pretty lazy.
I am too.
Yep,
It covers more territory.
exactly. I just used 2 strips this time. And then you'll just lay it down right to the bottom edge. And you'll see Ta-da! You've got all that dimension. You can see the 3 layers. Kind of hard to show them. It looks flat if you're looking at it like that, but it's not. It was very fun. Once you have that, we're gonna stamp our Merry Christmas on this one. So this process is exactly the same as the other card. Do the Merry Christmas. We're gonna put down the glitter. Oops, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Here we go. Extra bit. There's our Merry Christmas on our banner. Fits perfectly. That. Again, we'll take our glittery piece. We're going to put that down with regular adhesive, whatever that is for you. With blue dots. Enclosed. And the banner goes on again with dimensions. Oh, easy peasy and so pretty. So pretty. And then you know what the last thing is? We're going to put our glitter glue on, just like we did for the other one, anywhere you want. Or follow the pale blue lines on the houses. It really is so forgiving because again, when it dries, you won't even know if you get a little crooked or doesn't matter. Does not matter. This is 5 houses. Funny, I just realized I have to pull up my PowerPoint presentation. I went to do it before and then I must have gotten distracted already, but it's time to. While you girls finish, I open. Yeah, so just take your time and get the glue where you want it. And it's very easy. So there are lots of great designs that people have out there. Remember, you can always look to see them by just doing a search on Stampin' Paper Pumpkin and then whatever month and year you're looking for. So this was October 23. And you can see, first of all, there's always the artisan design team. They're the ones who always do a bunch of alternative projects. And that's actually one of the first ones that we'll show you. They don't always have their names on it. So from the beginning, here we go. All right. This way.
So nice.
Yeah, right? Really very easy. What are you guys? Sorry about that. You're all looking at my arm. I didn't mean for that to happen. Okay, so while you finish up, I'm going to share my screen and show you some of the different, there it is. Share. And I'll also send it to you with a link in our email so that you can look back on it. But this is from the artisan design team. Just move us down. So this was one of their cards. See how they're stretching it out because they're probably using those die cut different cards. So they also used what I would consider what goes on the inside, and they made their own little banner and put it underneath. And I thought that was clever. And then they just took the glue and made dots of snow as the background. So,
Oh, I see now.
yeah,
Nice.
that's a good idea. Okay, next one. Okay, why is it? There we go. So Stampin' with Brian, I can never get away from him. He's a favorite, but he used the envelope. This is the envelope. And we have these little boxes. And so he decorated the box. So I guess he made an advent calendar, right?
Yeah.
Little treats inside and then a little note card. And he just used a circle punch from the background of one of the card bases. And then he actually cut apart, stamped the words and then cut them apart, which is very trendy. Fun thing to do. Okay, this next one I thought was great. So they used a little bit of stamping in the background on looks like old olive. And so this is one of the stamps that kind of like looks like snow. And then they just die cut the circle out of one of the pieces. So they can really stretch this, right? And this is our vellum, our I'm going to say printed vellum. That's not the right word, but there's in the main catalog. It's this vellum that has different patterns on different sheets, and this one has stripes. So nicely done. This is Chelsea Christensen. Next is Emily Kimmy, and she just really, this is very simple. She used one of the die cuts and she cut out a piece of one of the card fronts, right? And put it on, made her little banner. So you can really get a whole lot more cards out of this kit if you separate them like this. This one also did this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? Yeah. Little gold ribbon up there, some die cuts. Really very simple. It's from Jessica. I don't know how to say her name. Yerusha. This again is just isn't that great? It's the piece from the back of the envelope. And then just paired it with some die cuts, and she did some tearing, and she also did, no, actually the background on this is this snowfall sky embossing folder. But yeah, really made it look fancy, right? Here's another one. This is Rachel Tessman. You can search for hers. And she did this. This is a vertical bridge card. So for those of you who have done bridge cards, we usually do them horizontally. This one is vertical and it folds flat so that it fits in an envelope. And she just used.
That's cool.
That's pretty. Yeah, and she used the die cut as the bridge. Yep, very easy. It looks like it's just a little tiny bit of a fold.
Yeah.
So, I don't understand what you mean by bridge cut.
So it's a 3D card because they took the base and they folded the edges twice so that they stick up. So these are now sticking up. And then they took a piece, and this is one of the die cuts, and they kind of stretched it. They laid it over the two panels here so that what's in between here is empty. I can show you one in person the next time you come.
Yeah, because I'm not getting it.
Yeah, this one is a vertical one. Like I said, I have one right here. Okay, let's finish looking at this and I'll show you the bridge card that we did at a team meeting. All right. Okay, we'll do that in a second. So these are just some cards. Now they stamped these houses. Look, and they spent all that time coloring them.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Not doing that. So, but then they added trees. Yeah.
Really pretty though.
Yeah. But this one I think is really nicely done down here. They embossed just the bottom area. Put it on.
Does she have a butterfly on there?
That's just her watermark
Oh,
with her logo.
yeah, a butterfly in the snow.
Yeah, no. It's just where she ended up putting it. All right. So then this one she made into a little gift card holder, right? So she just showed how to
Nice.
do that. Yep, easy. Cut it down to a smaller size. I don't know why this one's blurry, but this is from Lorraine Wireman. And she just didn't add, she just added the one piece and made it she didn't have the trees and stuff. This is what I'm trying to say. So she kept those and used them someplace else. So you can certainly do that. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing and then I'm going to come over here and show you. So this is a bridge card, Lynn. This one I used with, see how, now we had a very big fold here,
Right.
but it folds down like that to go into an envelope. But when you take it out, this is the bridge. So this piece down here becomes the bridge. And for this card, it's supposed to have a sentiment up here, but yeah, we did that in the meeting. Yeah, so that's a bridge card, but hers was vertical, so a little bit different. But that is what I have for you today. So thank you all for joining me. Did anybody watch my live yesterday? Because there I used, it wasn't.
I did.
What's that?
I did.
All right. So I didn't use a kit, but I did use the Memories and More cards. And it's funny because normally I wouldn't even order them, but I did because they were part of the suite. And I said, oh, why not? And I don't always have success coming up with cards, but my friend had sent me a tutorial she wanted me to take a look at and see what she had done with it. And I had it. I said, oh, I'll do my cards, I'll do the kit. So I started doing them. And then I just sort of went off on a tangent and created a whole bunch. So now I've got 20 cards that I can send, but from the very basic, easy peasy, just this literally, these are the cards that you can order to use with them. And then the Memories and More cards are really meant for pocket scrapbooking. So Sheila and Lynn, when that came about, the whole Becky Higgins thing,
Yes.
we're all detail scrapbooking, and she came out with the pockets, and we thought, oh, that was crazy. We're not going to do that. But now they actually design them to be used both ways, both for cards and for scrapbook pages. So they're cut. The big pieces are 4x6, so like for a photo pocket. And then these pieces are 4x3, which is also the standard size for the smaller pockets.
Right.
It's actually 3 of the cards, but just put onto a card base. So really quickly, so all of these made for $20 by just giving the card bases and the Memories and More cards. So they are bigger than normal cards because they're 4x6, right? So the card bases are 4¼ by 6¼ and they come with their own envelope. We're getting feedback again, but so these are just some of the cards. I have more down here. Here are the envelopes. So they're always fun and they're lined and everything. And had a couple of more cards. You saw these already. I did some duplicates. This is just one. And she just put a tree because it also comes with stickers. So it's just like basically it's a paper pumpkin kit that doesn't have, or any of our kits without stamps or anything. And you just throw them together. It was so much fun. And it, took me an hour, and that's because I was playing. But anyway, so I've been in kit mode this entire week. So anyhow, I will see hopefully everybody next week for my monthly card class, right?
Yes.
Replace that.
Yep.
So yeah, and Sheila, I'll see you on Saturday, right? And
Yes.
Lois, both of
Yeah.
you. So Lynn, I don't know if you want to come or not to the regular class, but that's up to you. And I think that's it for now. So thank you so much. Yes.
I'll be doing your product class because I didn't realize, but I did buy that set.
Okay, did I have you down?
Is that,
I think
I
I did.
don't think so. Did you?
No, I think you had told me. Oh. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I did. For whatever reason,
Oh, okay.
put you down.
Okay,
So,
okay.
all right. Well, great seeing you, everyone. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And we'll
Thank
see
you.
next time. Oh, there you are, Lynn. You finally showed up. That's so funny. And now you're on mute. It's okay though. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Oh.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Good night.